In 2019, the United States reached 400 years since the first Africans arrived at its young shores. And we marked 400 years of American history filled with acts of atrocities, injustices, and violence against the descendants of those Africans. In 2020, the culmination of that history was broadcast around the world. Protesters of many nationalities, genders, races, and age groups united under one common understanding: that the legacy of slavery lives on. The calls for justice in the names of those murdered by police were a calling to all Americans to recognize that the United States continues to operate under the same white supremacist institutions that allowed slavery to exist for so long. They were calling for all of us to reflect on the history of our nation, to recognize its failings, the many ways it applied legal or de facto laws against Black Americans, to recognize how that legacy continues to harm Black Americans today. But also, to recognize the agency taken by those discriminated against or enslaved, to recognize how the fight of Black Americans has always brought the country closer to upholding its ideals of equality for all, and to recognize the immense moments of triumph and happiness experienced by Black Americans even in the darkest moments of American history. In essence, the protests were a calling to acknowledge a truer understanding of American history. Hello, my name is Victoria Basulto, and I am excited to welcome you to the Black History Matters series presented by the National Abolition Hall of Fame and Museum, located in Peterborough, New York. The National Abolition Hall of Fame Museum, NAHOF, honors anti-slavery abolitionists, their work to end slavery, and the legacy of that struggle, and strives to complete the second and ongoing abolition, the moral conviction to end racism. The Black History Matters series will consist of 28 virtual introductory short crash courses that will be released midnight daily throughout the month of February on NAHOF's YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button to get notified when a new video is released. All the videos from the previous week will also be posted on NAHOF's website on Sunday. These programs will address key events in our national history and are mostly topics in history that are lesser known or whose implications are not usually understood. NAHOF believes that a significant number of Americans do not understand the current racial justice protests due to their unfamiliarity with 4 centuries of Black American history. NAHOF believes that education is a powerful tool towards ending racism, and that understanding the history of the enslavement and dehumanization of Black Americans provides critical context for the ongoing racial justice movements and the persistence of racism in America. NAHOF trusts that the Black History Matters series will join the many educational campaigns across this country that seek to highlight the rich history of Black Americans. In so doing, to bring us one step closer to acknowledging the forgotten histories of Black oppression and underscoring the valiant legacy of Black resistance that has recently culminated in numerous racial justice movements that are seeking equality. NAHOF believes that by understanding history, we can better understand the present. As President Biden said in his speech at the Lincoln Memorial on January 20th, to heal, we must remember. Again, we are excited to welcome you to the Black History Matters series, and thank you for joining us on this educational journey.